Okay, let's unpack this.
And maybe take a deep breath first.
Yeah, a very deep breath. Because we are diving into source material that is so huge, so chaotic. Frankly, it redefines everything we thought we knew about the Stranger Things universe.
It's a lot. The amount of information that dropped over the holiday about the finale, we're talking the 3.5-hour episode 7, The Bridge, and then the finale, The Right Side Up. It's overwhelming.
Absolutely. That release on December 26th, 2025 just sparked this, historically huge reaction. So our mission today is to cut through all that noise for you.
Right. We're going to synthesize the biggest shocks, the biggest theories. This isn't just a summary.
No. We're getting into the core mythological and temporal shifts that really define the ending.
And we've got two main things we have to pull out of this. First, this massive paradigm-shifting change to the upside-down, what they're calling the abyss.
And second, frankly, terrifying idea of this rumored temporal reset ending. It's just torn the fandom completely in two.
And what's so interesting is how they chose to do this, to rewrite the mythology right at the finish line.
It's not just a bigger, badder Vecna. They changed the entire foundation of the threat.
It's a huge narrative gamble. And that brings us straight to the Abyss revelation.
Okay, so for 4 seasons, we all operated under one core assumption, right? The Upside Down was this dark, alternate dimension.
A photographic negative of Hawkins, frozen in time.
Exactly. Created by Eleven in 1983 when she touched the Demogorgon. That was bedrock.
And according to Dr. Brenner's secret journals, which Dustin somehow finds in Volume 2, that bedrock was just wrong. The entire assumption was wrong.
The Upside Down isn't a new dimension at all.
Yeah, I'm close.
So, if it's not an alternate dimension, what has it been this whole time?
The sources are now calling it a bridge. Think of it like a wormhole, a stable tear in reality.
A bridge to where?
That's the key. It doesn't lead to a mirror world. It leads to a totally separate, ancient place. A prehistoric, chaotic realm they call the Abyss.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Because that changes the story completely. The Abyss is a place where our rules of physics, time, space, they just don't apply.
It's raw, unformed chaos. It's cosmic horror, not parallel dimension theory.
And that totally recontextualizes Vecna's origin. So when Eleven pushed Henry Creel through the mirror in 79...
She didn't send him to a new world she just created, no. She pushed him into this existing, chaotic, primordial place. He didn't build the Upside Down. He found a way to stabilize a tiny piece of this void and, weaponize it.
That actually explains so much, like the weird, not Hawkins plans and the storms we've seen. It wasn't just a mirror world. It was infected by something ancient. Something truly alien.
Precisely. Vecna wasn't building a world. He's been using the bridge that Scar 11 made in 83 to slowly bleed the Abyss into Hawkins. It's an ecological invasion.
But wait, isn't changing the core mythology this late in the game a massive risk? Doesn't that alienate people who were invested in the old theory for years?
It's a calculated risk, yeah. But look at how it raises the stakes. If the Upside Down is just another Hawkins, the goal is simple. Close the gate.
Right.
But if it's a conduit to a prehistoric void, the fight is no longer about closing a door. It's about preventing a total planetary collapse. It's about saving reality itself.
Wow, okay. That's a huge transition. And if the threat is that cosmic, that terrifying, the price these characters have to pay is going to be immense.
Exactly. And that brings us to where everyone stood at the end of Volume 2. The source material is very clear. The stakes have never been higher.
Let's start with Max Mayfield. She's physically comatose, we know that, but her story is obviously not over.
It's not. And how they define her state is crucial. Volume 2 confirmed her consciousness isn't just gone. It's trapped inside something called Camazotz.
Camazotz? What's that?
It's Vecna's personal mindscape. And the name, it links to Mayan mythology, a bat god of darkness and death. So Max isn't just in a psychic prison. She's in this dark, ritualistic labyrinth Vecna built.
So there's a battle for Hawkins and a battle for her mind happening at the same time.
Mm-hmm. It raises the price tag on victory dramatically.
But the moment that broke the internet, the melting lab duo, Steve and Jonathan.
Yeah. After years of rivalry, they're trapped, and they finally find some real emotional common ground.
But that reveal of Jonathan's engagement ring, oh man, the sources are saying fans immediately saw that as a death sentence.
It's a classic trope, isn't it? Show the happy future right before the axe falls. The speculation is that their reconciliation was designed for maximum heartbreak, that one of them is almost certainly not making it out of the finale.
It makes it feel so tragic, like A goodbye, not a new beginning.
And that shared vulnerability was the pivot. They're finally ready to fight for their future, which of course means the writers had to make that future instantly uncertain.
And while all that is going on, the actual mission on the ground, it all hinges on Ollie Wheeler.
Right. A character who's been in the background for years is suddenly the most important person in the world.
Why her?
The sources say she's the key to Vecna's final ritual. Her specific location, something to do with the physical intersection of the bridge, makes her survival the primary mission of the entire finale.
So this whole cosmic war boils down to protecting one little kid.
It personalizes the entire fight.
Which leads us right into the rumored resolution. We're moving from the immediate danger to, well, to the biggest theory of all, the temporal reset.
Yeah. The theory is they don't just win the fight. The right side up title suggests they erase the war completely.
How do they possibly pull that off?
It's not a simple fight. It requires a synergy of powers. It takes both Eleven and Will Byers working together.
Okay, let's break that down. What's Will's part in this?
Will uses his connection to the hive mind. The sources say it's like a psychic scar Vecna left on him. He can use that scar to map the entire structure of the bridge and find its single critical collapse point.
So Will is the targeting system. He's the precision strike.
Exactly.
Oh.
And Eleven. She's the raw power. She has to pour everything she has into that one exact point Will finds.
And if they do that, they collapse the bridge, the wound in reality.
And in theory, they restore the integrity of 1983.
But there's always a cost. And the rumored cost here is, it's just heartbreaking.
It is. Collapsing the bridge erases the last 10 years of Hawkins' history. All the terror, yes, but all of their shared lives, too.
They win, but they lose who they became.
That's the trade-off. The sources suggest the final 10 minutes are this devastating montage of everyone back in 1983, safe, happy, normal.
If you connect that to the bigger picture, you're trading collective memory for collective safety. Their entire relationships, Mike and Elle, Lucas and Max, Dustin and Steve, Eddie, it's all built on that trauma. They'd be sacrificing who they are.
It's the ultimate sacrifice. They save the world but erase the bonds that the fight created.
But there's a twist, isn't there?
Oh, there's a twist that makes it almost unbearable. The rumor is only one person remembers everything.
Only one. Oh, wow. So that memory is the price.
Yes. That one person is condemned to live in this safe, boring, right-side-up world, totally isolated with the truth. They can't share the memories, the love, the loss. The memory itself becomes their new private trauma.
And just when you think that's the end, that profoundly bittersweet ending, there's the rumor of the post-credits scene.
The viral rumor, yeah. It just throws one last wrench in everything.
So the scene is supposedly a 10-year time jump to 1996.
That's the rumor. You see a grown-up Dustin, Mike, Lucas, and Will meeting at a diner in a completely normal Hawkins. It looks like the reset worked. Everything's fine.
But then, the final shot, as they're all laughing, they see a girl walk past the window outside. A girl with a buzz cut and a nosebleed.
And that one image forces you to ask the most provocative question of all. Does 11 even exist in this new world?
What are the interpretations?
Well, there are two big ones. One is that the girl is the memory keeper, a living glitch in the new timeline.
And the other?
The other, more devastating theory,
Yeah.
is that 11 herself was the ultimate price.
Meaning she had to stay behind, in the abyss.
To hold the door shut. That her very existence was the final payment for the reset, and so she was erased from the restored timeline.
So the girl they see might not even be her, just an echo, a ghost.
Or maybe a hint that the powers themselves weren't completely erased. It's a devastating note to end on. Did she save everyone only to be removed from the life she saved?
The person who achieves the right side up is the one who can't exist in it. That's heavy.
It really is.
Okay, so let's just review the two big concepts from this deep dive for you. First, the mythology is totally new. The Upside Down isn't a mirror world. It's a bridge to the abyss, a prehistoric, chaotic realm.
Right. The stakes went from local to cosmic. And second, the cost to victory isn't about who dies in the fight. It's a temporal reset. It's a choice between collective safety and their shared history, their identity, and maybe even their hero.
So what does this all mean then? If the show ends with a reset where all that trauma, all that love is just erased, and the one person who remembers is left alone, or worse, if the hero herself is sacrificed, is that memory worth the collective safety? When they finally get their right side up, what is truly left? That's something for you to mull over.
Thank you for joining us on this very heavy deep dive.
We'll catch you next time.